The next story is called A 50-Cent Lesson in Persistence. This story comes right after 3 Feet from Gold, and it continues the lesson Darby had to learn. After losing the gold mine, Darby received what Napoleon Hill called his degree from the University of Hard Knocks. And shortly after that, he witnessed something that proved to him that no does not always mean no. One afternoon, Darby was helping his uncle in an old-fashioned mill. Then a small child walked in. She was the daughter of one of the tenant farmers. Darby's uncle looked at her and asked roughly, "What do you want?" The child answered that her mother wanted 50 cents. The uncle refused and told her to go home. The child said, "Yes, sir." But she did not move. The uncle continued working, thinking she had already left. But when he looked up, she was still standing there. He became angry and told her again to go home. Still, the little girl did not move. Then the uncle picked up a wooden stave and started walking toward her. Darby watched, afraid of what might happen. But before the uncle reached her, the little girl stepped forward, looked up at him, and demanded the 50 cents. And something changed. The uncle stopped. He looked at her. Then he put his hand in his pocket, took out $50 and gave it to her. The child took the money and backed toward the door, never taking her eyes off the man she had just conquered. That moment stayed with Darby. He had just seen a child master an adult authority figure, not by force, not by anger, not by begging, but by a strange power of certainty. Years later, Darby connected that lesson to his work in life insurance. Every time a prospect tried to reject him, he remembered that little girl standing in the old mill. He said that many of his sales were made after people had already said no. That is the hidden secret I see in this story. No does not always mean the end. Sometimes it only tests the strength of your decision. The little girl did not fight. She did not become rude, but she was firm. She knew what she came for. She stood still until she received it. Dear Luna, I want you to remember this. There will be times when people say no. There will be times when life seems to block your way. But not every no is final. Sometimes, no means wait. Sometimes, no means try again. Sometimes, no means stand with more clarity. But persistence does not mean being disrespectful. It means knowing your purpose and not giving up too quickly. This story reminded me that confidence is quiet, but it is not weak. A decided heart can carry a kind of strength that other people can feel. The hidden secret is this. When your purpose is clear, your persistence becomes stronger than rejection. Maybe the door is not closed. Maybe the first answer is not the final answer. Maybe no does not always mean no.